guys, my name is Jaime. I'm Idala's husband, and I'm gonna be telling you about how I feel, with the situation going on with my mother and her. Well, it sucks really bad because, I love my mother and I love my wife, and I just want them to get along. We've been together for 7 years, and I would say for most of the time, they've been fighting. Everything got worse when we got our own house. I feel like my mom wants to protect me and wanted me to stay under her wings. And it's time to let me grow and be with my wife and make my own family. Even right before we got this house, she would tell me, you should move in with me and tell my girlfriend at the time to tell her to go back with her parents. That way I can save some money and then get a house later on. And I'm like, no, mom, I'm working and we're saving up and we're gonna get a house. We don't need to do that. Oh, I'm just letting you know, just to make it easier for you, just move back with us, meaning her and my sister. Basically, for me to stay under their roof and keep me from making my own life with my wife. Sometimes we would invite them to come over, my mom and my sister, and my wife would cook for them. And my mom would always have comments saying, oh, it's too salty, or why do you make this, or why didn't you make that? Always negative and stuff. Sometimes I feel like it wasn't like she was being negative on purpose. I feel like sometimes she would try to just put her 2 cents in it, but sometimes she would have, she would have her bad intentions. Like, I know my mother, it just sucks. My wife sometimes will stay quiet, but there will be points where she would talk back, and like I would tell her, hey, whatever you say to my mom, just say it in a nice way. Don't curse at her or nothing. Tell me what's bothering you so I can tell her. Like, I don't want you to disrespect her, because if you disrespect her, then I'm gonna be mad at you, even though I know she's wrong. But it's my mother, you can't just disrespect her. And vice versa, my mom will disrespect her too. It's a horrible situation. I feel like, I have to pick between my wife and my mother, and it shouldn't be like that. I shouldn't have to choose. I choose both of them, there was a point where they were getting along with each other, and I was super happy. Everything was working out fine. And then one day I remember I was here in the house working on the yard or something, and then my mom shows up. If you don't know, my wife hates when people just show up at the house without letting you, sending a text or calling saying, hey, I'm gonna go to your house. Can I pass by? I gotta talk to you. If you just show up, it's bad. Anyway, so she just showed up, and then I was in the back. She comes to me and she's like, hey, I just gotta talk to you. I'm like, what happened, Mom? I've been feeling like she's keeping you away from us. And I'm like, why? Well, you don't visit us anymore, this and that. And I'm like, well, Mom, I have a baby. I have stuff to do. I work. I'm the only one paying for the bills right now. I still talk, I will call them and show them the baby and stuff, but they wanted me to go over there more often. And, it's kind of hard. And she starts, just basically talking crap about my wife. Oh no, I know it's her. She's not letting you this. I'm like, no, Mom, I'm a man. I'm grown. Nobody tells me what to do. And she just kept insisting that it was her, that it wasn't my own choice, but it was her, that she was influencing me not spending time with them like that, how we used to back then or something. I think a lot has to do with the culture, how in Venezuela, you stay with your parents until you graduate from the university. Either you come out a lawyer, a doctor, then you move out of your house. And I basically grew up here. So at 17, 18, I was already doing my own thing, paying for my own bills. And I guess she still, hasn't understand that, that I wanted to make my own life. And, she's just tries everything possible for me to stay with her. And she wants to mess her relationship, but it's not gonna happen, I love my wife, I love my baby, I love my family. We're gonna stay together no matter what. And like I said, my wife hates when people just show up unannounced. And I mean, let's say we're, watching a movie and we have plans through, for the weekend, and somebody shows up without letting us know. And we have to go out there and see, oh, what happened? It just ruins the whole mood, the moment. And it's annoying. I have tried telling my mom that. I told her, I think 2-3 months ago, I was like, hey mom, you can just show up whenever you want. Like, I know you're my mother and everything, but it's different here. And she tried telling me how, like, oh, in Venezuela, mom, this ain't Venezuela, this is America, and I grew up here. This is, the way we do things now. And I told her how if it was the other way around, that me and her have plans and her mom or brother or dad would show up, I would be mad too. Because, if you have something in mind already, what you're gonna do throughout the day, and somebody just shows up at your house, it kind of messes up with your plans. And I don't like that. And I told her, if it was the other way around, that her mom was showing up, I will tell her. And I will get really mad at my wife, like, hey, tell your mom not to do that, to, call in advance or let us know that she's gonna show up. And she'll be like, no, yeah, you're right. I'm gonna call you next time I show up. No, she kept doing it. My wife will get mad, and I will tell my wife, okay, let me talk to her again. Probably she forgot or something. My mom, she is older, but still, that's no excuse. And I will tell her over and over. Until that one time that you guys know, because that's the video that my wife posted on TikTok. I'm pretty sure that's why you're here now. Where, it was enough. I reminded her and I told her, why did you show up again? Just like that. She didn't say nothing. Oh, and the thing is that she's not just showing up to, oh, guys, let's have fun. Let's spend time together. No, literally, she parked the car. I was on the backyard again, watering the plants, because that's what I do, right after I get home from work. I go and water my plants, getting home. Go straight and starts telling me, hey, again, I just feel like you're not spending enough time with us, and starts crying. Hey, I know it's her. I don't know what I did in this life that I'm paying for this. And I'm like, mom, what are you saying? Why are you exaggerating this? And she was telling me in Spanish, so I'm kind of trying to translate what she was saying. It's a little hard. She's saying, she's not a good woman. And I'm like, what do you mean? Like, I'm happy. Why does that bother you so much? Or what's going on? No, she's taking you away from me. And, we're family, we're blood. She's temporary. Like, she could be temporary. You never know. Your mother, I'm always gonna be your mother. And that's when, like, she showed up and starts, fighting with her. They're going back and forth. They started telling each other really ugly words. At the same time, I didn't want to be part of it, but I had to be part of it because, it's my mom and my wife. My wife called her mom after they got into a big argument. I told my wife, please go inside the house. Let me talk to my mother. My wife went back in, started talking to my mom. Like, mom, I started telling her the same thing. Mom, I'm happy with her. Why are you telling me all this stuff? I continued to talk to her, letting her know, I'm happy. Like, why are you doing this? And she said, like, how I'm so blind and I don't see it now, but that I'm gonna see it later on, that I'm wrong, and then that I need to wake up. At that time, like, my wife's mother shows up, but she went straight inside to the house to talk to her while I stayed outside talking to my mom. I told my mom, hey, I don't want to hear it no more. I just changed the conversation because I just don't want to hear it. And then that's when my wife's mother comes out, starts talking to my mother, and basically asked her, hey, what's going on? Why are you guys still fighting after all these years and this is still going on? Why? And my mom said, oh, Idalis called you so you can talk for her? Like, no. Like, who says that? Like, are you trying to fight? Like, she was just trying to make things better. My mom's just being sarcastic. And then she just started saying like, you can't just show up like that. Even when I show up, I text them or I call them and I let them know, hey, I'm gonna go over and this and that. I don't just show up unannounced. And my mom said, no. In Venezuela, this is how we do things. He's my son, he's my blood. And that's where I interrupted. I'm like, Mom, I've been trying to tell you. And then my mom was like, no, I'm talking to her. I'm like, okay. Like, yo, chill. Anyway, so I let them talk. And then on the back of my head, I'm like, I literally just had a conversation with you how it's not okay for you to just show up. And basically, she just forgot everything I said and was just fighting with my wife's mom, telling her how it's okay for her to just show up because she's my mom. And I'm just like, yo, like I literally just told you. Anyway, and out of nowhere, one thing that I was like, whoa, things are getting really bad is when my mom told Kaylee, my mother's wife, my wife's mother, you're just like your daughter. That's why she's acts the way she acts because of you. And then Idali's mother was like, whoa, let's respect each other. Let's not start calling each other names and stuff. They never cursed, so thank God. But there's so many details. I'm trying to like remember everything and translate at the same time. It's tough. I'm pretty sure I'm missing a lot of details, but it is what it is. And I'm freaking horrible with this freaking camera shit. I know my wife is gonna delete this right now. I don't care. And I jumped back in the conversation and I told her, hey, we literally just had this conversation and you agreed that you weren't gonna show up again without letting us know. And now you fighting with her mom again, saying how it's okay for you to do it. It's not okay. And that's when she was like, okay, I'm done here. I love you. I'm just gonna go. Bye. And I was like, no, we have to talk and, you have to understand. That's when my wife's mother was like, okay, well, I see that she's not gonna understand what we're trying to tell her. I'm just gonna go. I'm like, Mom, what the heck was that about? Like, I already told you. She said it's okay. No, I just don't understand why you're acting like this and not taking my side. And I'm like, Mom, I'm not taking your side because you're wrong. And I don't care who you are. Because even if it was my wife, if you're wrong, you're wrong. I do not care. When you're wrong, you're wrong. That's it. So I was telling her that. She's like, you're just blind by these people, this and that. Like, I don't know what to tell you. And then she's like, okay, well, I'm never gonna come here anymore. She said that whenever she wanted to talk to me, that she was just gonna go to the corner and call me, hey, I'm at the corner, can I see you? Because she wasn't gonna step foot in this house anymore. I'm like, Mom, why are you being so dramatic? Like, you don't need to act like this. Stop it, just let it go. Then my mom asked to see the baby. Oh, I forgot to tell you, when my wife and mom were fighting, one of the things that my wife said was, hey, you're not gonna see the baby unless you and I are in good terms. It's not gonna happen. You're not gonna see the baby while we're fighting and this and that. And then my mom, has the audacity to ask me to see the baby. I'm like, Mommy, you can't see the baby right now. I know after you guys just fought and this happened. I mean, I put myself in my wife's shoes and I wouldn't want that. Let's say that I was the one fighting with her mom and we got into a big argument. And then her mom asked to see the baby. And my wife is like, oh yeah, here's the baby. Pick him up, do whatever you want with the baby. That would bother me, especially after we get into a big argument like that. I even find that disrespectful. So I understand that's my mom and I understand it's my baby, but at least not now. She has to respect that. I hope this can help a lot of you guys out there who are going through the same thing, because I'm pretty sure this is, I'm not the only one that's going through this. We're going to keep you guys updated on what's going on. Like I said, we're going to come up with a plan where we can meet up and try to solve this situation. My mom just needs to understand that I'm staying with my wife until God decides to. I love my family and I want them to be part of it too. Like, share, and subscribe. Hit the notification button for new videos and we'll keep you updated.